Good morning, everybody. I just jumped on and decided to go live. I've got a lot to unpack today, so um, I'll wait till other people were able to join in. We'll see how many join in. Had a little rip last night. It was very, very successful. We had a lot of fun. It was opening up museum, TOPPS, soccer, and I'm gonna butcher it, Bungzola, and I know I butchered it. And then we also opened up WWE Fully Loaded. Good morning, George. Two really cool products. Gave away 2 cards live, which was really cool. And then we announced previous week's winners, and we'll also announce new contests later today. But we did give away 2 cards live, which was really cool. So we had that. It was a whole lot of fun talking cards and opening up those 2 boxes. What up, Bo? What up, Bo? I will say that I'm extremely frustrated with my sales lately. Not so much with the sales itself, but me. I have made some mistakes lately that I normally wouldn't expect, and it extremely hissed me off. So I'm probably going to take a half day later today and get out of the house, get out and just kind of get out of my own head. See my new shirt, Texas Card Dude t-shirt. I had those made for Hobby Hotline guests. So that's able to pick that up and wore this last night or yesterday. So I thought I'd wear it again this morning. So we'll just go. So TOPPS announced their purchase of Genmint yesterday, or not TOPPS, excuse me. PSA announced their acquisition of Genmint yesterday, and there's a lot of technology to unpack with that. So you kind of have to go back, take a step back, and think about what is going on with the technology. They're basically using AI and machine learning to capture a card, look at its flaws, and fingerprint a card and look for defects. Completely could have been done. Could have been no problem whatsoever. My part of my contention was you had to have a. Good morning, Diego. Good morning. You had to have a great camera system to be able to detect flaws into a card. So if you back up into Kevin Lean, founder of Genmint's history, and we back up a little bit and we see, okay, where did he come from? His former company was Veenome, Veenome. What they started originally was data entry on mobile apps. And what they were trying to do was solve a problem of the cumbersome process of taking video and taking video and taking camera OCR recognition, which is ocular. I wrote it down. OCR, ocular optical character recognition. So what you're using is 2 basic technologies of optical character recognition to identify a card, and then using a facial recognition or fingerprinting of a card to break a card down, look at its image, facial recognize who's on the card, and then say, oh, this is Mickey Mantle. I recognize Mickey Mantle's face. It's Mickey Mantle. Morning, Mark. Recognizing Mickey Mantle, recognizing the characters on the card. Then PSA, of course, has a $10 million card backlog as they enter in the pictures. the camera system will learn or machine learn and use their AI to recognize the different cards throughout the years. So they've got a huge database to be able to pull from to help the machine actually learn who the card is, what is a card, and if a card comes up that's not in the database, they can always go back and do the research and say, hey, this card is X, and add that to their database. What's up, Herman? What they were doing is what Veenome was doing was taking videos. Hey, Michael, you need to totally get into Genmint and Veenome. You need to go back and learn them. They're using OCR. They're using camera, digital technology, facial recognition, and video capturing and optical capturing to do what they're doing. So, and then they're going to use a mobile app, and I'm going to get to that here in just a second. So, what they're doing is they started to break down video content into frame by frame by frame, and then using OCR and camera technology to recognize that and to use it as video editing, tagging. What was the third one? Video tagging, advertising, and indexing. So with video, you do indexing, you don't do tagging. So as they went through that process of tagging and using cameras to capture the data, that company got bought by an advertising agency and is being used into that. So he sold that company off. So now he's using data entry on mobile apps. He's using Genome of video content, which tags a video, which does advertising and does indexing of videos. Fast forward to him creating Genmint, which takes a card and tags it. Basically, each card has 70, according to him, 70 major anomalies that they identified as far as creases, scratches, stains, single pixels that are compromised. So they're taking the image. Bowman checklist was released completely biffed and didn't mention this morning. I'm in the process of writing up a first Bowman article like my 2021 TOPPS rookie card article. Great question. Why does PSA care about cracking and resub? They're in the business of grading. So what they're trying to do, Michael, is keep people from resubbing. So once a card gets, they're gonna, for lack of a better phrase than the way I understand it, fingerprint it and do like a JSA DNA tag the card, DNA tag the card so that if it comes through again, or OCR recognition the card, so if it comes through again, they can re-identify as, hey, this card's already been sent through. Give it the same grade and just send it back through. So that's one of it. What they're saying is real time and automated. As the machine recognizes cards, gets to know the intricacies of a card, then it will learn, okay, and the process will become faster and faster and faster and faster. Why are they trying to resub? I understand the stories they're telling. Trying to stop card cleaning. Yes, perfectly, Herman. That's one. Card manipulation, cutting of cards, all of that. So based on machine learnings from every card, the machines will be able to pick up if a card's trimmed or cracked out. So the whole thing, they still aren't tracking and sharing numbers cards. They will. That's part of this process, is helping to build the database, Michael. So all of this can be accomplished. All of this can be accomplished through technology. My whole point was, can you find a camera that can go above 1080p? Well, if you use a microscopic camera, then you can get down into the fibers or the the print, so we can go ahead and do that. Can you my biggest concern is going through the process and the handling of the card through the actual process. How is that going to be accomplished? Are they going to hand walk the card through the process? Are they going to let it go through an automated machine? Well, if you let it go through an automated machine, how does it go along? What type of conveyor belt are they going to use? Is it going to be automated? There's all sorts of things. It's 2001, and now PSA is paying attention to trimming and waxing. This is a reply to pressures from all graders. Yes, yes, but it's also using modern technology the way it's supposed to be used. This can actually, I've been saying for months that you could accomplish this, that the technology is out there, and that you're not redeveloping the wheel. You're just introducing the process you're just introducing technology into the grading system. It can completely be done. It is going to be done. There's also, I guess I cannot remember the name of the company off the top of my head. Hopefully I wrote it down. I did not. So now there's also a mobile app that will give you a pre-grade for a mobile app that will use OCR and camera recognition for centering and for card recognition and for pre-grading. It won't be able to give the entire grading, but it will give you a guesstimate of how to do it. Smart move by PSA, because they have essentially stopped submission for many months. Need to make some sort of splash to prevent competition from taking over a big footprint in the space. That's from Bo. From Michael, I'm a huge fan of tech, but this is lazy, and it's making a purchase more than, and it's a marketing purchase more than anything. Michael, I can see your point. However, I believe this needed to be done in the industry to help speed up the process and help make the grading process more accurate, and as well to help cut down on fraud. So if it's done correctly, if it's done and implemented correctly, this can be a game changer as far as in the hobby and being able to grade. So I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic because of how the technology can be done. Again, it really depends on camera. It depends on how you're carrying the card. It depends on how the card's going through the process. And again, there's humans in the process triple checking the computer along the way, making sure that the computer program is accurate and there's no hiccups. That is a must, and that is a key, is triple checking all the way through. So that's what if SGC announced this, I don't think it would get the same addition. PA Nat is businessman and great marketing. Everyone is talking about PSA while they're only open for the elite. Valid comment, Michael, but I think they didn't shut down. I think they systemically pushed off the massive submissions to buy time, not just to catch up, but to see if this process can be truly integrated, to see if this can actually work. So I don't think it's just one. I think there's multiple things and multiple moving parts that are happening in the background while they're actually trying to catch up in the closet. There's probably some commonality to all cards, how they would pick up resub cards that have been manipulated. I think it's a DNA fingerprinting. I think it's going to be just like marking a baseball PSA DNA. I think they're going to add some sort of something to the card to share that. That's my initial thought. Again, I just started learning about this a couple of days ago, Michael, I don't have anybody in the industry that's connected to either one of these two companies, so I can't reach out into the technology world to. I use LinkedIn to see if I could find somebody to do to talk to somebody who knows somebody. Drew's going to have on what's the gentleman's name? Drew's going to have on Kevin Lean on his podcast today or tomorrow. He's probably recording it today and then having it on tomorrow. Hold on, Michael. I'll answer that in just a second. So we'll know a little bit more, but I'd still like to talk to a couple people in the industry, but I don't have that. I have camera people. I have facial recognition people. I have mobility people. I just don't have somebody in this OCR, this in depth to be able to go learn more. So I'm using what I understand of technology to try to figure. And again, I'm not a propeller head. I'm a native sales rep, and I'm using what I understand of facial recognition, OCR, and the rest of the technologies to kind of puzzle piece this together. Buy time, catch up. The backlog is still in the pipeline. It's not just PSA. It's at their subber. PSA isn't going to catch up. They will return for elite only. Really love your channel. Appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the conversation as well. You're not the only person that I've heard, Michael, to say that they want only elite. I'm not Nat. I'm not close to Nat. I'm not close to the brain trust there to know. But I've heard, you're not the first person that I've heard from that. There's 3 or 4 people that have been in the hobby for a long time to actually have that opinion. Now, this weekend, I'm going to be on with Dr. Beckett. You can guarantee NFTs, this conversation, TOPPS problems with NFT, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, are going to be huge topics of conversation this weekend. So join the conversation, please. And don't be afraid to jump in. I'm engineering, so anybody and everybody's going to get left on. Dr. Beckett's only going to be able to spend like an hour on, so jump on as early as you can, because he's going to have to go bye-bye. And I don't know how long we're going to be able to sustain a huge conversation, but join and I'll let you on, no problem whatsoever. And if we're an hour in and people are still talking, I'm going to stay on. I'm going to stay on as long as people want to talk. I'm going to stay on. I don't want elite. I'm predicting the elite is all that will be on time. I have game changer suggestions for grading NFTs. Game changer. Michael, if you want to talk later, you know how to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to have a conversation. You and I both probably have some great ideas that can be done. What is up? And congratulations, Mr. Dan, on winning. Haven't sent it off yet. It's going off in today's stuff. And I did get your address. I will try to join. I think it was blocked on Hobby Hotline. I don't know, but it's going to be me this weekend. So doesn't matter. Let's see. Nate, basically, this is a comment from Nate, and it's actually a quote. PSA was getting so many subs, it shut down the U.S. Postal Service in Southern California. They were getting 20,000 cards per day, is what he was saying. Whenever the leak came out that they were gonna shut down, and overall during that time period, they got 600,000. I think it's more, but the quote was 600,000 cards. So, yeah, there's still a lot to unpack. With this technology. I watched a couple of videos. I'm probably going to try to learn as much as I can over the next couple of days so that I can talk. I can talk more intelligently this Saturday. But I don't know who to reach out to I know camera guys I can reach out to at the security level to be able to talk about that. I might actually do that. I don't know OCR guys or OCR software to be able to do that, but um, this conversation is going to be ongoing, continuous, and deep. I'm not going to stop this conversation. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about the mobile app that's out. There's also a grading centering tool that's out that you can use as well to check your cards for grading and check your cards for centering. Let me make that note. Centering tool conversation. Sorry for the brief pause. I wanted to make sure that I wrote down commitments that I talked about. So there's going to be a lot more, and I've gone 20 minutes into this. There's more to unpack here as far as technology. There's a lot more to unpack. NFT TOPPS errors. Oh my gosh. So just as I was able to glean from information and gathering so far, one of the first errors was unable to reach the payment stage. So they went through people would go through the entire stage, couldn't reach the payment stage. People would reach the payment stage and couldn't complete the process. Well, they couldn't complete the process. However, they were charged. So they thought they bought a pack. Well, then later on, the charges were reversed. So, and what they did is they opened the floodgates. They opened the doors to their servers and to their back end. I think they didn't estimate the amount of traffic they would get, which I'm shocked and completely, because if you think about their average daily traffic before, when they had the bot attacks, they should have been able to analyze what and anticipate a larger pipeline. I'm a little disappointed in that because it crashed. And then, to the dismay of everybody, and I am severely disappointed in this, the price of a wax token rose more than 7% in a day. So the same day, the wax token, or what you would use to purchase packs, increased by 7% throughout the day. So that basically said, hey, we're having so much success, let's raise the prices. That makes no sense, and that's price gouging, and I have a severe problem with that. The price of a token should have been the price of a token, at least for the initial day, and to have an increase on it, there's so much wrong with that, it's not even funny. Leads into it leads into, and this, I'm going to get on my leads into fraud, price gouging, it leads into market manipulation, so many different areas of illegality that hits. I'm calling out right now TOPPS for an investigation on this, and to just slam their partner for this, because there's no reason that price increase should have happened whatsoever. None whatsoever. Not acceptable. None whatsoever. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The price of it today should have been the same price throughout the entire day. Secondary market, okay. If you want to consider on a secondary market or after the initial day is over, but to have a price increase on the same day for people who started to be different from the people who ended, and then you've got your problems of technology. Dude, I'm fired up because that's not right. And the fact that it's a freaking side note is ridiculous. That's the headliner. I'm going back. Did they have bot issues? I think the requirement was for Wax wallets to limit bots. I don't know, but they didn't. They couldn't handle the traffic. Unlike Top Shots, you could still get packs immediately on the marketplace. Wax price is market driven, not controlled. Interesting opinion, but I think it's better than Top Shot. In fairness, you don't understand Wax or crypto. The packs price were set by Topps in US only, but in US dollars, and it's a second market that accepts Wax. Understand, Michael, but the only way you could have purchased those packs is through Wax. That's the only way you could have purchased. There wasn't a secondary, there wasn't a first option. And Topps should have been able to limit that. That's like saying, okay, we're not talking a physical, we're talking a digital. That's like saying, okay, well, we're going to release Bowman next week on our Topps website, and as the demand goes up, we're going to increase prices. You do purchase with credit card, and you're buying their tokens through your credit card, and then those tokens are used to purchase. I understand. I still have my opinion. I'll still stay with my opinion. I understand where you're going. I'll stand with my opinion, at least for the initial day. Now, day 2, if you wanted to do it, that's fine. That's fine. But first day, I will agree to disagree with you on that one. I will agree to disagree with you on it. I understand where you're going. Topps only accepts USA cash. They selected an open market instead of closed market with price fixing at Dapper. I understand 100%. I understand, Michael. I will agree to disagree on the topic. I understand. And speaking of Top Shot took a shot at Topps as well. Think about Top Shot. They trap your money, and then you have no access to liquidate. That's one of the reasons why I don't like Top Shot. That's one of the reasons why I don't like Top Shot. But they did take a pot shot at Topps. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Quote from the CEO of Top Shot, or Dapper, excuse me. Their product announcement with MLB is low quality and bad for NFTs. Yeah. I'm so glad that all that buys Mark. I could sell my wax on that day of the inflated price too, and would have made that 7%. In theory. You are correct. In theory. Trevor Lawrence Topps X cards sold out. I completely expected that to sell out on the first day, but it did sell out. Another note, a ticket from Tiger Woods' 1996 pro debut in Milwaukee. Heritage Auctions is selling a PSA 8, which has a pop 2. 6 cards were graded. You've got a pop 2 of 2 PSA 8s. Starting bid at 4,000 K. It's estimated to go 10K or more. So are we going to see a trend in ticket sales? And if that's true, I'm a little upset because I threw away all my Nolan Ryan historic ticket cards. Last note. The Three Stooges are set to release an NFT. So that'll be interesting. Let's see. I researched prior to wax, and I bought wax ahead of time in two. Let me read this. I researched prior to wax, and I bought wax ahead of time too, in anticipation of price hike. That's from experience, so I understand your frustration. Okay, but okay, understand. But I do have some mistakes that I need to clean up. I don't know how they're being made, but I'm very, very disappointed in myself. I know as I increase sales, mistakes will happen, but it's still frustrating nonetheless. I apologize to everyone who have purchased and I've made a mistake. Um, I openly and publicly apologize openly and ask for your forgiveness. And I have been doing what I can to correct them. And please have a little patience with me because I will get to everybody. Um, Apparently, there was a couple of days that I don't know what happened, and I had some problems. So I will correct them, but I'm openly apologizing. Um, Comment: I love collecting and enjoy the TOPPS NFT. I wish more people had good experiences. TOPPS said it would take 6 to 8 weeks to withdraw my balance. Yep, if you could withdraw the balance at all. What they didn't want to happen, and I think, again, this is my personal opinion. I think they took the money, didn't anticipate the growth, didn't anticipate that you paid $100 and it grew into $10,000 fake money or digital money. And then you're like, oh, I bought a $100 card. It's valued at $10,000. I want to cash out. Well, they don't have $10,000. So they said you can only take out $1,000 at a time, and you can only take it out in 6 to 8 week increments, or four. If I believe it was 4 to begin with, and now it's 6. So there's a lot I don't like about Top Shot. I love their concept. I think their execution was very poor, and then they turned around and yeah, $21. Any amount of money, and again, I can't wait to see what Wax does when the same thing happens. What happens? So those are my rants for the day. Once again, I'd like to apologize to those that I've made mistakes with. They're on the board. I'm going to correct them. I'm actually going to start as soon as I get off. If you have any prayer requests, please feel free to ask. I will pray you up. I'm actually going to go pray for forgiveness for my rant as soon as we get off the video. Support your local LCSs. I'm probably going to go to mine this afternoon to get away, clear my head. Let's see. Top Shot uses flow tokens, but I think you said don't see it. They trapped money because if people could have, they would have cashed out. Yes, 100%. 100% agree, Michael. Support your local LCSs. You're forgiven for your mistakes. You're human. Thank you, Diego. I appreciate it. Please, gripes, complaints, nags, pet peeves, anything that y'all want to hear. Dapper is the AOL and NFTs, and that's not. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the spirited conversation. I appreciate it. Any suggestions, gripes, complaints, nags, pet peeves, let me know. I'm going to be working on Letter Rip today. We've got some giveaways. I will talk about tomorrow morning, as well as do announcements on my Facebook page, my Twitter, Letter Rip's Twitter, Letter Rip's Instagram. We are giving away cards, which is the best part about Top Shop that I love, is giving away cards. We will be giving away more cards and more cards. So go back and watch the history and you'll get to see some really great cards and some really great opening of packs. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Appreciate the conversation. Dan and George, y'all can go to bed now. Have a great night and have a great day.